You are about to hear a strange but true story. Legend has it, Harry Houdini, the master magician, once claimed that he could break out of any jail cell in the world. All he had to do was walk into that jail cell with his street clothes on. "I'll be out of there in 1 hour, no problem," he said. Well, a very old jail down south heard about Houdini's claims, and they accepted his challenge. On the day of the event, many people gathered outside. Very confidently, Houdini walked right into the jail and into the cell, and they shut the metal doors behind him. The first thing Houdini did was he took off his coat. Then, very strangely, he took off his belt. Secretly hidden in Houdini's belt was a 10-inch piece of steel, very tough and very flexible, and Houdini started working. In about 30 minutes, that confident expression Houdini had when he walked in disappeared. In 1 hour, he was bathed in sweat. And at the end of 2 hours, Houdini, in defeat, collapsed against the door, which then opened. It opened because, you see, that door had never been locked. But that's not entirely true, is it? That door was locked. It was firmly and thoroughly locked in Houdini's mind, which meant it was locked as if the best locksmith in the world had put his lock on it. The mind is powerful. How many doors in your life do you think are locked but aren't? How many times have you been stuck in the mental prison of overthinking something that really had a simple solution? There is an ancient African proverb that says, when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. Your mind is the most powerful force you will ever face. It will tell you lies. It will tell you you can't do that. You're not meant for that. You're not good enough for that. You can't go on anymore. You don't have the energy. You must thank it for its opinion and carry on. Because like Houdini showed us, the only locked doors that exist are in your own mind. The doors in reality are open, and all you have to do is walk through.
Good morning, 3:30 a.m. I'm up for my second meal, and I'm wired tonight, so I have some thoughts, and I want to maybe do a new video series called The Devil's Advocate. Because there's one thing I've definitely learned on my journey is there's definitely two sides to a coin. Two sides of a coin, two versions. Things are not always what they appear to be. So let's have some fun. Let's pick a topic. this idea came to me because I did a video, or kind of like a meme video, last year, where I had Trudeau and Trump sitting on a couch, and how did the meme go? Oh, I forgot to put water in the fucking cup. God damn it. Shit. Okay. Let's try that again. Alright, what was it meme? I don't know, but it referenced that, that people hate Trudeau and Trump, and basically what I said was, in a meme fashion, is, what's that? You've never done their job? Oh, then shut your fucking mouth, basically is what I was saying. How can you have an opinion on something if you've ever done it, right? I guess you can say that you don't like the way they do things, but until you run a country, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So I think you should keep your big mouth shut. Stop being so goddamn negative. So we still have to pick a topic, eh? How about? This is something I see a lot on Facebook in reference to cheating. My cheating ex-husband, fucking asshole, or my cheating ex-wife. You don't see a lot of cheating ex-wife stuff, right? But believe me, there is, though. I can guarantee you that. You have to take my word for it. A lot of women cheat on their husbands or boyfriends. I don't know what the percentage is, because I think you hear less about women cheating on men, because I don't think that's something that men want to brag about. I guess they would feel less manly if they shared the fact that their woman cheated on them. Right. So, why do men cheat? Is it because they don't love you? I don't think so. I think it's very impossible to love somebody and cheat on them. Especially if you suffer from a mental illness like bipolar. It's pretty easy. Or if you suffer from borderline personality disorder, it's very easy to do as well. But the main reason why people cheat on each other is because in some shape or form their needs are not being met. Right? Now whose fault's that? Whose fault is that? Is it the man's fault for not honestly communicating what he needs from his woman? Or maybe it's the woman's fault for not giving her man or his woman what she needs, so she's just got to go somewhere else to get it, and then complains about it later. Making a few good points yet? Or you just quickly judged me and said, oh, this asshole doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, then you better think about what I'm just saying, because I'm making a lot of valid points here. Now, that doesn't mean that fault doesn't fall on them too, though, right? They shouldn't be putting themselves in a position where something can happen. You know, I used to have a saying, right time, right place, anything can happen, right? So it's a responsibility. If you know you're weak in that area, right, you should be putting yourself in a position where something like that is going to happen, right? You know, so that'd be a big no-no. You know, it's pretty easy to know if you're weak in that area, you know. And also, then let's define cheating. Does it cheating have to be physical? You know, could you mentally cheat as well? Fucking rights you can, absolutely. You know, you're fucking masturbating to porn without your fucking woman or man, or vice versa, whatever. Fucking rights that is. If you want to get technical about it, right? Relationships are complicated. They're complicated as fuck. I just think, regardless of who's cheating, I think we should try to stop and take the emotion, put it aside, and think about it, the situation logically, right? And look at the other side of the coin. I know that's what I would do if my woman cheated on me, you know. Would I be hurt? Yeah, fucking rights. I'm only human. But if the opportunity presents itself, I'd like to hear her side of the story. You know, like, why do you think that happened? You know, am I not fulfilling something for you? Like, you know, because I think someone can cheat on someone, and I think a relationship can survive something like that. You know, there's just so many circumstances, right? That's why I came up with that saying, right time, right place, anything can happen. Because, you know, certain things come together at the perfect time. You know, whether there's booze involved, maybe you're just at a friend's place. There's, you know, 5 of you, 6 of you couples, you know, just hanging out, having a good time, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Just sometimes just, you know, someone's fault. You know, was your fucking was your relationship healthy in the sex department? You know, do you know for sure if it was? I don't think anyone ever cheated on me. I don't know for sure. I had my suspicions. You know, some of those times I think was revenge sex, trying to get back at me because I think I cheated on them, or testing me to see how I would feel. You know, oh, relationships are so fucking messy. They are. They really are. And for what? So what drives us to have that relationship, that connection with someone, you know? Because I know for myself, those days, you know, especially after a good workout, you know, I feel fulfilled 100%. And then, more often than not, you know, you wish you had someone, just, you could feel it in your deepest core that you wish you had somebody, right? Very strange thing. I know for myself it's a different animal because I'm bipolar and I have a borderline personality disorder, so I know why I feel what I feel. But to the average person, you know, I'm sure they feel they have moments like that too, right? That would be only human. People are just so quick to fucking judge without the facts. Hey, I'm guilty as much as anyone of this in the past, you know? We're so quick to judge. I've been having a real problem lately sleeping. Last couple of months, anyways. Just that I can remember. I think I've always had a problem sleeping. I think since COVID, I've been having a problem sleeping more than 2 hours. Or I can be down here, like right now, I can barely keep my eyes open. I'll go upstairs and I'll lay down, I'll be right awake, can't go to sleep. My head's not busy, it's just, I don't know, not overtraining. I think people are rushed to move in with someone. I think a lot of people do that too soon. Is that a mistake I made? Well, I don't consider any of my relationships a mistake. So, but I moved in with a few of my relationships real quick. One woman I was with for 4 years. I lived with her 4 years. We dated a summer and then moved in. Another woman, we dated for 2 weeks and moved in. It was over 13 years. And the last woman moved in right away. I think we had one night. But they're very much successes as much as failures, right? I don't know, would I move in with someone again so soon? Eh, heart does what the heart wants, right? Felt right. I think it's just less complicated when you break up when you're not living with somebody. That's the only thing. A lot less complicated. So moving with somebody, right? You're sharing bills, you're sharing responsibilities, right? And you guys have an argument, kind of really know where to go, right? Unless you get a hotel for the night, but it's a waste of $100. Then someone always seems to get the shaft of it. Seems that way. Well, you hear so many horror stories, but like you say, you only hear one version of the story, and there's definitely always two sides to the coin. There's two versions, right? There's theirs, there's hers, there's his, and then there's the truth. And there's the truth. It's a big word. That truth don't mean a whole lot to me anymore. Not as much as it used to. In the past, I would never lie. No matter what. I couldn't stand fucking lying. I think it was an ego thing. It was a code I had because I think it made me righteous in some way. Now, I would definitely lie a lot more. I would definitely be more accepting to someone else's lies. Now, definitely not in the past. That was one of the 12 commandments, truth. The reminder is the same, but the commandments have kind of evolved over the years. Well, had to start somewhere, right? Had to start somewhere. I don't hate liars. Just find it annoying. But you could just, because there's so many reasons that you can understand why someone would lie. You know. It's just, it's a lot more than just out of malice or hatred or just being a bad person. A good person can lie. But I also think, though, people overreact when someone catches someone in a lie. It's like, oh, I got you. It's almost like an ego thing, something we put on someone else, like, oh, I got one over on you. I'm better than you, So who's better, the person telling the lie or the person not trying to see or sympathize why that person may have lied, Are they willing to hear that person out who lied, Because most people lie because they're afraid of of the other person's reaction, right? A lot of fear involved in lying. Fear of one's self-confidence too could be a thing too, right? I hate that stage where I have to shave this down. There's this one stage where the hair's like perfectly long enough, and I'm not too short, not too long. Wish you could just stay at that point, but the trimmer only shaves it. It doesn't have like a 0.5. You know, it only has a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 levels. I need a 0.5. Well, I'm sure I could find something if I put my mind to it. So the truth is, it bothers me, but not enough to me to put maximum effort in for it to never happen. I just have to be uncomfortable with the way it looks for a couple of days. Yeah, a little tired. Definitely floating around in another reality right now. That's the interesting thing about being bipolar. I could never do this video, let's say, 6 hours from now. I'd draw a blank. But I'm lying upstairs, can't fall asleep. Know I'm up for, I gotta get up for another shake soon, or another meal. So me in my head's just, okay, well, gotta kill some time. So I have an idea for a video. Okay, go downstairs, do video. I wonder how long I'm gonna do these for. I'm gonna do these till I'm 100. Because I often ask myself, well, what would you do if there was no YouTube or Facebook? What would you do? You know? Because if you think about it, I've probably spent, Jesus Christ, I don't know, let's say 800 hours just filming. And I would say another 800 hours editing and loading. So 1,600 hours. 1,600 hours. Holy shit, 1,600 hours. Divided by, let's say, 52. 1,600 divided by, let's say, 100. That's 160. So 320 days. So I've spent a year of my life doing this. Holy shit. I've wasted a year of my life doing these type of things on video. Jesus. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. What do you guys think? Anyways, regrets. Regrets. Do I have any? You know, that's a really complicated fucking question. It really is. You wouldn't think it is, but it is. And this is why. Because if you change anything, I wouldn't be where I am now, which is a very good place, right? So no, I wouldn't change nothing. And, well, okay, well, that'd be different, right? Change and regret. Would I change anything? Do I ever get anything? Okay. I'm stalling, obviously, right? Fuck, do I have one piece of clothing that actually fits properly? Yeah, My Green Time t-shirt. It's the only t-shirt I have that actually fits properly. That's why I wear it all the time. Nothing else fits right. Everything fit right when I was 215 pounds. We're at 252 now. All right, got off track there. Regret and change. Fuck. Things that would change, no, because if you change anything, I wouldn't be where I am now. Regret. Oh, fuck, man. Definitely a lot of bad decisions. A lot of bad decisions. Regrets. Seemed like a good idea for a video when I started this. I don't know about now. Well, that sun's bright. It's gonna be a fucking scorcher today. Regrets. Fuck. Not following my gut. Lying to myself. Staying at Costco too long. Probably my biggest regret. From day one, I knew it didn't feel right. No question. But I just kept thinking about the money, right? I'll never make that decision again, where I let money trump my gut feeling. Definitely stayed at Costco too long would have been just one of my regrets for sure. Oh, there's just so much. Fuck, this is a stupid fucking idea for a video because there's just too much stuff, right? Should have made this decision or that decision. It's just too much. It's too fucking much. This is a stupid fucking video. I'm talking about something else. That was a bad idea. Point being, you can't change nothing. There's no point regretting anything. There you go. It is what it is, right? Things happen the way they happen. All right, July 1st. Brand new month. And I just got word. No gym until the fucking fall. Oh, so 2 more months of this. I don't know about you guys, but things are getting difficult now. Not financially, but just fuck. Need my gym. Excuse me. Ooh. It's been a struggle working out at home. Doing the best we can. Definitely missed a few days. Oh, this COVID thing is so fucked up the ass. I just hope it doesn't have another outbreak and we're locked down again. Fuck. We can see something stupid happen. We got the American election coming up in November. I can see something fucking happening. I don't know what. Oh, things are so fucked. So I try not to pay attention to that stuff anymore. It's so depressing. Nothing's gonna change. You know why nothing's gonna change? Because they push the population to like only a certain point, you know, and then they pull back, you know, to stop like fucking us overthrowing the government, like, you know. But there's gonna be a breaking point eventually, I think. There's gotta be a breaking point. There's so many fucking problems. Fuck, I just want to lie in bed all day and make love. That's my kind of day. Oh, we'll get there. Once someone asked me, I was diagnosed with bipolar really late when I was 40, right? And a friend asked me, he says, well, do you think you've always been bipolar? And at first, no, of course not. But when I look at the past, when I track the past and some of the things that I've done, you know, it can only have been done with someone who was diagnosed with bipolar. You know, this is a fucking true story. I recently posted a video entitled, what was the name of the video? It was just recent. Oh, we willingly hear their side of it was the title of the video. But in that video, I discussed about cheating. And I used to, I still kind of do, have this thing. It's called psychomotor agitation. When I was a kid, it was really bad. I used to kind of rock like this, like in the car seat, you know, in the back seat of the car. I would tap my foot in bed. I would like fucking roll it back and forth, side to side, and I would do that until I would fall asleep. Some years were worse than others. It's definitely a way that stress is managed. But anyways, at one point, I was living with this girl in my late teens, and it was really bad at this point in my life. I didn't do any drugs or wasn't drinking this time. It was just this part of this psychomotor agitation was just bad. it comes in waves. Sometimes it's a lot, and sometimes I hardly do it. But anyways, it was so bad sometimes that we had to put a mattress on the floor because she couldn't sleep. And the point I'm getting to is the bipolar thing. Is this this video that I did where I turned to her and I asked her a very strange question, and this was a question to her. It says, "How could I care for you and love you so much, but at the same time want to have sex with somebody else?" I remember that conversation like it was yesterday, you know. Now I understand, you know, where that came from. You know, now I understand how borderline personality and bipolar can really change your perception of things. Fucking huge. But, you know, is it... You know, on one hand, of course it's wrong to have sex with someone while you're in a relationship, right? That's just disrespecting the person you're with, right? Oh, this bird is gonna eat that moth. Look at. Oh, you guys see that? That bird came and ate that moth. Look at. This episode is brought to you by 6-Star, guaranteed to make you big as fuck! And special thanks to Working Hands. It's the shit!